Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a new chapter in my book. And my book is titled 71 Powerful Writing Habits You Can Learn from Self-Publishing 91 Books. This is chapter 32, and it's called Try to Write Books in a Series If You Can. As I have shared previously in another chapter, Amazon is really ingenious, and they've got a really good platform to sell books. And part of the publishing process, the screens that you have to fill out to register your book and have it appear on a page on Amazon is one of the options to fill in is this book part of a series, and what book in the series is it, and what's the name of the series. Uh, um, People that write a series of books or a trilogy, often on Amazon, they make the first book of the series permanent free, so it attracts a lot of readers. And because the readers get the books for free, you've got to convince the people in the first book of a trilogy that you're a good writer and you've got a good story, you've got good characters. And if that's the case, they'll read book 2 and book 3. But if you've made them permanently free, so they're free, people have got no risk. They've just got to spend their time. If you're writing non-fiction, which we're talking about here, the same thing applies. If you've got a subject that you feel will be interesting, try and split your subject up into 3 books. And that's what you do is you write on the same subject, but you split the concept up into writing enough to cover 3 books. And 80 pages in a book is a pretty good book. 200 pages is a lot of reading for someone. So 80 pages is good. So rather than writing a 240 page book on a subject, it's better to split your subject up into 3 books and make your books a series. I have got a number of series where my books are grouped together in a series. And on the Amazon book page, if your book is part of a series, it displays pictures of the series on any one of the books in the series. It shows the picture that what you're looking at is book 2 in a series, and you say to yourself, book 2, I want book 1. So you click on book 1 and you go and you start there, and the author there, because he's had the foresight to make a series, he gets a sale on 3 books rather than just 1 book. So it makes sense if you want longevity and you want readers to follow you. It makes sense when you're getting the intuition and the chapter titles and the subjects to write on that you want to cover. It makes sense to do some planning, and rather than write one really long book, to consider writing the chapters in such a way that you'll need 2 or 3 books to cover it. Better still have 8 books in the series and really cover the subject extensively. I haven't got the patience or endurance to make this subject a series, and it's enough for me to cover 71 subjects. But I have had pretty successful series. I've got a series of books called Conversations with God, book 1 to 4. book 1 to 3 have been grouped into a collection in one book, and I made them free, and I get about 150 downloads of that book, but the 99-cent version of book 1, book 2, and book 3, I may get 6 people download book 1, 4 people download book 2, and 2 people download book 3. So 6, 4, and 2. I've got 12 people downloading a book on a subject that I could have covered in one book and just had more pages in it. It doesn't cost you more to publish books with longer pages. It just it does cost you more. It costs you more in editing. You have to pay editing per word or per length of the book. But in a paperback book, for instance, it doesn't cost you more to have a long book because it's the customer that pays for the paperback book. But it's expensive to get books edited, so you want to really be sure of what you're writing about.